Holy shit, I hope you guys like Chaos. Hey, welcome to the San Diego 40K podcast. Today is Chaos Day, where we use the mystical powers of the internet to bring you a review of the Chaos Codex before it exists in stores. I'm George.
I'm Justin.
And I'm Kyle.
Danny's not here.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be common occurrence from now on.
Yeah, apparently Danny has a new job now, so with me and George having class on Thursdays, him having a job on Fridays, I think majority wins.
Also, we have the motivation and the sound equipment.
That is true. So, to he who goes the spoils. Okay.
Anyway, I'm sure you guys have noticed, if you're watching this on YouTube, we don't have video today.
Yeah, my brother ended up borrowing the camera, so we're out of video today. But hopefully we'll be back again next week. And then, as you may have known, more chaos. But legitimate chaos now because we actually have the Codex.
Some of them even aren't Space Marines, which I'm really excited about.
And they have little rules that make me happy.
So where shall we get started first?
I don't know, Kyle. You're our
Resident.
master of chaos ceremonies.
All right. Well, I guess we should go over the army rules in detail this time.
All right.
Go ahead and go for it.
Let's pull up the PDF.
So the main one is Champion of Chaos, which is the Boony mutation table from Warrior of Chaos. But the actual terms and conditioning of triggering it is just killing a champion or a character on the enemy team.
So sergeants count.
Yeah, sergeants.
Does shooting work too?
Yes, it doesn't specify in combat. So you can shoot a character dead to death if you have precision shots. And then get the roll on the boon table.
Nice.
Also, if you're in combat, you have to declare and accept challenges.
That's good.
If you
I like
can.
it.
Yep.
Makes the army feel unique.
Perfect for the Champions of Chaos, as is aptly named. And then
does that also apply to like their own sergeants? Like their own like
all the sergeant characters have the Champion of Chaos rule listed with them.
Okay.
In their entries.
So Marius Calgar could jump in there and say, I challenge.
And then sergeant is like, I accept.
Probably going to want to invest in power swords for these guys.
For the chaos.
So you get the feeling your power fists might not get to swing very often.
Yeah, unfortunately. But most of them have the option for melt-a-bombs as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty much, you can just go power sword and melt-a-bomb, and you'll be covered if you want to go up against a vehicle.
Okay. It's not too bad.
Yep.
It's just, I guess that build, only drawback would be armor 2, but that's about it.
Yep.
So for anyone not in the know, the book is humongous, has a ton of fluff, is hardback in full color.
Full color.
And we won't be covering any of that because we didn't read the fluff.
Yeah.
We're here for the rules.
Fluff didn't really change that much anyway. I mean, there's some story progression from what I hear, but
it's just like normal chaos. They betrayed the Imperium.
I mean,
they're all weird looking now.
Yeah.
All right.
Matt Ward didn't write this, so you know.
Oh, it's balanced.
Yeah. On the boon table, it's pretty similar to what the rumors were from last week, namely that the initial 1 result for is no bonus, and then you still have the spawn and demon prince results on for out of 2 other possibilities for each, and then you have all the cool random bonuses such as plus 1 to one of your stats, or like +1 to your gun, +1 to your armor save. Instant death, eternal warrior. Lots of cool things.
So one of the boons of chaos is to just get a copy of your gun. +1 gun, right?
+1 strength to your gun.
+1 strength.
Which means it's like you could have a strength 9 melta. It'd be really hilarious. Stuff like that.
Super unnecessary.
Always. But then we also have our own Warlord trait table.
Yeah, you get to choose, right?
Yeah, you get to also have the choice of picking from the Chaos Warlord trait.
All right, so let's go over the Warlord table. Looks like number 1 gives your Warlord and guys close to him preferred enemy Space Marines. That's always good. I always approve of the ability to kill Space Marines. What else? Number 2 gives you Soul Blaze on your melee attacks. You know, I personally haven't been particularly impressed with Soul Blaze or any of the fire type abilities yet.
Nah, me neither.
How about you, Justin? What do you think?
Sorry, I was reading the fluff on Lucius.
Okay, tell us about the fluff on Lucius.
It's pretty much the same thing. Good duelist. If he ever gets beat, he takes over the other guy. Same thing like the last one.
Satisfaction required.
Mm-hmm.
Soul Blaze is actually fairly common in this codex, if you do so choose.
Maybe it'll get better if you have a fuck ton of it.
Well, it just means because you can't stack it on the same unit, so you just would be spread out.
Anyway, Masters of Deception is the third one, and I guess this one's more common because a bunch of the special characters automatically get this one. And up to D3 infantry units in your army get to infiltrate.
Yep.
Or outflank.
That'd
That
be
one's
really
solid. Cool. Outflanking plague zombies!
Whoa.
Oh my god, that's so many guys. Alright. Number 4 gives Warlord and his bros hatred. Number 5 gives Warlord fear, so he can pretend to be a real demon. And number 6 lets him re-roll his chaos boons. Ah, yeah. Go for the demon prince, bro.
I don't know.
Or, I don't know, like, get +1 strength 4 times. I don't care.
Frankly, I'd actually probably would avoid the Demon Prince result if I could. Just because I probably have, like, a bunch of upgrades on my Lord, and that I would lose if he turned into a Demon Prince.
Well, does he lose them, or does he keep all his, like, weapons and upgrades and shit? And
Nope, he just turns into a Demon Prince.
Oh, that's
So, yeah.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be good on a Sergeant, but on the Lord, it'd be like, goodness. Goodness, no.
Alright, and I guess the other big special rule is called Veterans of the Long War, which fluff-wise basically lets you distinguish between your chaos being those hardcore motherfuckers who've been fighting since the
Horus Heresy.
Horus Heresy, or some new-ass punks who killed a Space Marine last week and stole his power armor.
I'm going to steal your power armor.
That's how it works, right? You kill a Space Marine, they make you a Chaos Space Marine?
Yep.
Sure.
Just
Sure,
draw.
why not?
Put some spiky bits on it.
Glue some spiky bits on it and you're good to go.
Yep.
And that rule will give you +1 leadership and hatred Space Marine if you buy it.
Nice.
And from what I saw, it's usually between 1 and 3 points per model, depending on the unit. So, gets you up to leadership 10, since most of the codex is leadership 9.
The sergeants are 9. Most of the guys are just 8. So it'd be 9, 10. So they'd generally be operating on 10 because of the sergeant.
Okay, and also demon weapons, but those work basically the same.
The big difference is...
Except for AP3.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they're just a unique sword. Well, that's if it's a power weapon rule. For the marks, though, marks are kind of pretty much the same. The big change is Corn. Is it gives you rage and counterattack.
So +2 attacks on the charge and +1 attack when they charge you.
Yep.
Okay. It's more attacks.
Yep. Let's just go over the units as we come across them.
Sure. Sounds
All
cool.
right.
So, who
Let's
are we
just-
starting off with?
Let's just go straight down the list.
So, what's the first unit? It's Chaos Lord?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, special characters. If you go by the army list section.
Okay, so we're going army list?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
One sec.
Let's talk about the special characters. Who's first?
Abaddon.
Abaddon. What do you think, as someone might call him Abba Zaba in this edition?
He's really pretty much the same from what he was last edition. I don't remember what warlord trait he comes with, though.
I think he gets the Master Deception.
Maybe.
Let's see. Champions of Chaos, Eternal Warrior, Fearless,
Go
Independent
to
Character,
page 95.
Mark of Chaos Ascendant, and Veterans of a Long War.
Yep.
He has Terminator armor, but because he has all marks, it's a 4+ invul save.
Yep. And then also he makes chosen troop choice.
Yes.
However, important to note is that all these characters that make the cult troops and the chosen troop choices only applies when they're the main army. They don't work if they're allied.
Ah.
Oh.
So you can't
Is
ally.
that specifically mentioned?
Yeah, it's because it says in the special rule if it's the primary detachment.
Oh.
In a primary detachment that includes Abaddon, units of the chosen are troops choices instead of elite choices.
And it says that for all.
Nice. Okay, so you can't have like chosen troop choices as an ally.
If your main like guard, you can't have Plague Marine troops. If you go Typhus or Nurgle Chaos Lord.
That helps like stop some of the shenanigans.
Yeah, because then you also can't take a second one of them.
Yeah.
Because those be stuck as an elite, and you'll only get one.
All right. Warlord trait Black Crusader.
Black Crusader. I think that is the hatred one. Let me check. I'm actually right on there.
Hold on. We also can't forget that all Blood Angels hate Abaddon.
Yeah, that is true.
Right.
Because he's carrying the...
Talon of Horus.
Talon of Horus. Black Crusader, the Warlord, and all friendly units within 12 inches of the Warlord have preferred enemy Space Marines.
Makes sense. What is it? Abaddon's weaponry is the Dracnian and the Talon of Horus, as we said.
Yep.
Since they're both specialist weapons, he gets to choose which one he wants.
Yep. The Dracian is a melee demon weapon that's +1 strength and an AP2. While the Talon...
No. The Talon is AP2. The Drakian's AP3.
No. The Talon's AP3, but it's power fit. It's strength double.
Oh, yeah.
So you use the Dracnian to punch Terminators, and then you pull out your Power Fist sword.
Power...
Talons.
To pull out your
Power
power
Fist
sword to have double strength.
Yep.
And then also has Shred.
And the other nice thing is, only one of them is a demon weapon, so you don't have to roll the dice if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Yep.
You just don't use it.
Yeah, but he's also still the most expensive character in the book.
$265.
Yep.
That is actually the same point cost as Marnius Calgar with his Terminator armor.
Ooh.
4 wounds, eye 6, 4 attacks, leadership 10. Things seem pretty much the same for Abaddon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Editions come and go, but Abaddon is forever never going to have a successful Black Crusade.
Apparently not.
Next character.
Hurrion Blackheart.
Mr. Blackheart.
He's only 160.
Yep. He's got power armor. He's got the 4+ invul save. That's the Sigil of Corruption. That's the upgrade that you can get for it.
Mm-hmm.
Master of Deception, so he does the D3 infiltration units.
What's the Tyrant's Claw? Because that's a Chaos artifact.
Yep.
The Tyrant's Claw is his special Chaos artifact. 2+ strength, AP3, Armor Bane, Specialist Weapon.
And Shred.
And it's got a Heavy Flamer built in.
Yep. And then he has a special rule, which is the psychic thing.
So...
What is it called? Scroll up a bit.
It's
called the...
The Ham Dryad, whatever.
Hamadryad.
Yeah, that thing, the Ham Dryad.
And
He stole a Dryad.
So he's got the Ham Dryad. What does this thing do?
He has a combat familiar, which is the way it works is he gets an additional 2 attacks at strength 4 AP blank for just in combat, and then he also randomly generates a Psyker power as if he was a Psyker Mastery level 1.
That's because of the familiar that he has?
Yeah, the Ham Dryad.
The Ham Dryad. And the way it works
It's his dog that he talks to.
He's got his Ham Dryad dog, and every turn it gives him a new psychic power.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah.
Supposedly in the fluff, that's his consultant. His dog is the one that tells him what to do. You should do this.
Reasonable.
Yeah. Listen to your dog.
The way it works specifically, though.
What's that, Scooby?
Power...
Kill all the loyalists? Okay.
The way the psychic power generation works, to be specific, is that you roll a d3 to determine which table you roll on, and then you roll a d6 on that table, but you can never opt for the Primaris power.
But, by the end of the game, you're going to have 7 psychic powers, so who gives a fuck?
Yep.
All right, let's get to Karn.
Karn the Betrayer.
Return to his former glory.
In a primary... Okay, so Karn is 160 also. In a primary detachment that includes Karn, Khorne Berserkers are troop choices instead of elites.
Yep.
So he doesn't even need to be the warlord. He just has to be in the army.
Yeah, you can technically take 2 different marked lords or the special characters, and you'll have 2 of the cult troops as troop choices.
All right.
Okay.
So Karn returns with his I always hit in close combat rules.
Yes.
Strange new addition, though. If you're fighting a vehicle and you would automatically hit it, you still have to roll to hit. You still kill your friends on rolls of 1s.
Yep.
Huh.
But Karn's weapon got changed up a bit. Now it's +1 strength, AP2, melee armor bane.
Ooh.
Which means that it's not an unwieldy shit axe anymore.
Yeah, so
Now
he's not
he
striking
hits-
I1. He's striking at normal initiative.
He strikes at I5 with at least strength 6, strength 7 on the charge.
Nope. Oh, yeah. Furious Charge. You're right.
Yeah, he's furious.
Yep.
And he's got AP2, and he still kills tanks real good.
He also has the Hatred Incarnate Warlord trait, so he has Hatred, and so does his unit that he joined.
Okay.
And this is my favorite part. Not only does he deny the witch on a 2+ roll, if a force weapon would hurt him, can't instant death him. He just walks through Grey Knights. He doesn't give a shit.
He's
Ain't
like,
that cute? Look at you little paladins with your little force staves. Go die.
yeah.
Zap.
You want to insta-kill me, hit me with something strength 8.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah.
he has a 5+ symbol save from Aura of Dark Glory in his war gear. So 3+, 5+. It's pretty good.
Okay. He is not bad.
Yep.
All right.
Then we have the Ari Man.
The Artie Man,
Artie
king
Man.
of mastery brain powers.
He is the one that makes Thousand Suns troop choices.
Yep.
Yep. He's a Psyker level 4.
Mm-hmm. Pretty impressive.
Mark of Zinch. Independent character, fearless, champion chaos, veteran, master of deception. The Black Staff of Airman.
Oh, the Black Staff's really cool. It's basically is a force maul or force staff, but it also lets them fire 3 witch powers a turn.
Oh, okay.
Witch fire psychic powers.
So he can choose up to 4 psychic powers, but he can only cast 3 a turn.
Well, he can cast 3 shooting powers.
Oh,
in
3
one
shooting
turn.
a turn. Oh, okay.
So he can still do all the blessings and stuff, but he can also shoot 3 instead of 1
Oh, okay.
for being an infantry choice.
All right. He can also generate his powers from biomancy, pyromancy, telepathy, and
he
also
has
the
to generate
Zinch.
one from Zinch.
Yes, he has to generate at least one of Zinch because that's the rule
That's
for the
how
marks.
Zinch works. Oh, that's how marks work?
Yeah, for being a psyker with a mark, you have to take 1 power from that
Oh.
God's Discipline. And then you can choose up to half of your psychic level as that God's Discipline.
All right.
Okay.
Next up is Typhus, the man who can forcibly inflict your opponent into a game of Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
In a primary attachment, Typhus, Plague Marines are troop choices instead of elites.
But that's not the cool part. The cool part is that he can nominate any unit of Chaos Cultists to become Plague Zombies, which means that for no additional cost, they become fearless with feel no pain and slow and purposeful, but they can't purchase options.
And there's a huge rules debate on that, though.
What's the rules debate, Mr. Carr?
Well, it's considering the fact of buying more cultists, because technically, buying cultists is an option. So if you turn them into plague zombies, they can't buy more plague zombies for that unit. So they'll be stuck at 10.
I just buy 12 units of them, no problem.
Yeah, just buy 6 of them. Of course, this
I'm
is
sure
a-
they'll address that in an FAQ.
Yep, there's a few things that are big, gaping issues that are unfortunately pretty well spelt out in the codex.
So they're not issues, they're just stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot better than like the Grey Knight release.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, let's see. What else does this guy do? He's Psycho level 2.
Both powers have to be Nurgle.
Feel no
Uh-huh.
pain. What's
Mark and Nurgle.
The Destroyer Hive. What's this bullshit?
Oh, ooh, I like the Destroyer Hive.
Okay. In any assault phase, once per game, he can cast bees on his opponent. And
Booze.
he puts a large blast template on top of himself. Oh my god, and everything takes strength 4 AP2 hits that ignore cover. Oh my god,
Oh
those
my
are
God.
some scary bees.
So,
Even his buddies.
the fun tactic that people have been talking about is running Epidemius and then just taking a bunch of cheap cultists and doing that on them for easy tally.
Okay, yeah, I buy that more than I'll buy the Kill My Own Grots one.
Yeah.
That is an option. Okay, so, yeah. That is a rule dispute.
And he's got a strength plus 2 AP2 demon weapon. With demon force weapon.
It's unwieldy.
That's unwieldy.
Note, though, it doesn't have poison. So he doesn't get poison attacks.
Strength 6, he doesn't give a shit.
It's pretty good, yeah, that's true.
He's strength, 6. Alright, and Mr. the Eternal,
Lucius.
Lucius.
Yes.
The Slanesh special character.
He
What
has...
does Doom Siren do?
Yeah, what is it, Doom Sign?
It's a Strength 5 AP3 template with pinning, I think.
Oh, it's a shooting attack guy.
Yeah, it's a gun.
Oh,
It's
okay.
one of the sonic weapons.
All right. He has a power sword,
my
frag
favorite
grenades,
part about
crack
Lucius
grenades.
has nothing to do with his rules. But if you look at his picture when you get the chance, he's, got the whole chaos armor or whatever, and he's got one arm with the big sword, and the other arm is just, little bitty tiny little stimpy arm. And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
It's a whip.
No, there's a hand under there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a little bitty tiny hand. You
Or
can't
is it-
use that for jack shit.
With a giant tentacle whip.
Yeah.
No, that's coming from his shoulder.
It's the same thing. It's got the giant tentacle whip.
Anyway.
So, Lash of Torment. That's actually the Lash of Torment, which is reduces the attack of any model in base contact with Lucis by 1 to a minimum of 1.
Yep.
In addition, all of Lucis' close combat attacks have the Shred special rule.
He also, another thing to note, he has the special rule Duelist Pride, where his attacks character, or in a challenge, his attacks characteristic is equal to his opponent's weapon skill.
Challenging you with my my Tau sergeants have fun with one attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, in general, he only has base 3, so against weapon skill 4 or better, he's gaining from it.
Yeah.
Plus, yeah, so that's pretty good. Then,
And he's still got his power sword. He does not have a close combat weapon or a pistol.
So if he was to
He
go
doesn't even get
one-on-one
a second attack.
with, like, say, Abaddon, his attack characteristic would boost up to 7.
Yeah, Lucius is sort of like a reverse of all those other characters that assassinate shitty guys in close combat.
Yeah, he
He
tries
walks
to...
up to someone badass and just like, let's go.
Yep. He still has the Armor of Shrieking Souls,
Uh-huh.
the Flesh Armor, which is 3+ and has the 5+ invul save. And then on successful saves in the fight substep, the model that dealt the wound takes a strength 4 AP2 hit that ignores cover.
It's actually the unit that caused, or model, if he's in a challenge, that caused the wound immediately suffers a strength 4 AP2 hit with
Oof.
the ignores cover save special rule. It's like, you hit me. I saved it. Poke.
Armor punches you in the face.
Oh, so with the lash and his rule, he always has more attacks than whoever he's fighting.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
pretty much.
And last,
Fabius.
Mr. Fabius Vile himself.
He basically did not change. He's like 5 points more, and that's pretty much it.
That's not fun.
Yeah. He's still, he has Enhanced Warrior, which enhances 1 Chaos Space Marine unit to Strength 5 and Fearless.
Well, at least they don't kill themselves this time.
Then he has, for his artifacts, he has the Cherugian, which is gives him +2 attacks and +1 strength and feel no pain. Then he's got the Rod of Torment, which doesn't do anything except it gives him his attacks cause instant death. And then he also has the Zyclos Needler, which is a shooting attack, 18-inch range, assault 3, poison 2+, strength 1, AP 6. So he's got his War Gear kit, makes him kind of all around. But if you're going to see him, if you want to be good about it, you'll probably see him with a giant mob of like 20 Chaos Space Marines with the Mark of Khorne, or maybe Marcus Lanesh. That way that they all have the +5 strength and fearless. Just throw a mob at someone. Be neat.
Okay.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's just go over the armory real quick, and then we'll look to characters we can put those nice items on. Yep.
Yep.
The armory is back, which is a very nice change.
Yes. So
No more hunting around the book for these things.
So there's a bunch still of the generic stuff because there's still chaos. There's
Chain
still
Axe
Space Marines.
got a little bit of an upgrade. Now it's AP 4.
Yep.
Plague Knife, a Nurgle close combat weapon with poison wounding.
4+ poison.
The Power Scourge, which appears to be a flail.
Yep. It's pretty much the only thing that can buy is the Defiler, but I really like this weapon, the Power Scourge.
What does the Power Scourge do?
At the start of close combat for the Defiler, he rolls a D3, and all models in base contact of him lose that much weapon skill.
Okay.
So it's really good especially if he's up against like weapon skill 4, because he's only weapon skill 3, but on a 1 it equals it out, so it's 4+ against him. If he rolls a 2 or better, it'll make them lower than his weapon skill, so he hits them back on 3+. But if he rolls a 3, it makes them weapon skill 1, so that means that they hit him on 5+.
Wow. All right, let's see.
It's
in
really
range
big for a combat
weapons.
defiler. Range weapons, general same stuff.
Battle Flamer,
Bale Flamer.
Bale Flamer.
This is
Look at this thing. Oh my
the
god.
Helldrake. This is the Helldrake's other gun option.
Oh my god, it's a Hellhound on steroids.
Yeah, it's got the
Strength 6, AP 3, Soul Blaze Torrent.
What?
it's got the flame cannon, flamestorm cannon. As a torrent, it's really awesome. But you have to switch that up for the Hades autocannon on the Helldrake. You get one or the other. A combi bolter is just a twin-linked bolter.
Whoa.
Demolisher cannon.
We know Demolishers. Ectoplasma!
Ectoplasma.
Strength 8, AP 2, Heavy 1 Blast gets hot.
Yep.
That there is a high-strength plasma cannon with 24-inch
Yes.
range. Ectoplasma!
Shorter range, just higher strength.
Seems pretty chaos.
Yep.
And then
Let's see. The Reaper autocannon hasn't changed.
Hades
The
autocannon.
Hades autocannon is a 4-shot autocannon.
Strength 8
Strength
with pinning.
8 with pinning. Now, here's something interesting. Both of these autocannons have 36-inch range. Is that new, or were they always 36?
I think they were always 36.
I know normal autocans are 48.
I know, that's
well,
why.
like the Reaper was, if I remember, was 36, but it's always twin linked as well.
Yeah.
So that was like the trade off.
Okay.
Then you got the Noise Marine
Oh,
weapons.
God. Please.
So we got the Blastmaster, which has the 2 firing frequencies. The varied firing frequency is 36-inch range, strength 5, AP 4, assault 2, with ignore cover and pinning. And then the single frequency is the 48-inch range, strength 8, AP 3. It's a heavy 1 blast with ignore cover and pinning.
I don't want to fight that.
Yeah, it's a really good gun. But the Noise Marines have to take 10 guys before they can even have the option of buying it. And it's a 30-point upgrade.
But Noise Marines aren't bad, are they?
Oh yeah, Noise Marines
got
are
better, right?
Noise Marines are pretty good.
All right.
And then there's the Doom Siren, which is the Strength 5 AP 3 template. Doesn't have pinning, my bad, but it's still really good. And that's what Lucis comes from. And then the Sonic Blaster, which is the first salvo weapon in the game right now, because it's salvo 2-3 with the ignores cover. And the way salvo works is that it basically is what Rapid Fire was last edition. Where if you move, you can fire the first value at half the range. And if you remain stationary, you fire the second value at full range. And so the Sonic Blaster is salvo 2-3. So remove, you get 2 shots at 12-inch range.
Strength
or
4, AP 5, ignores cover.
Yep. Or if you remain stationary, 3 shots at 24-inch range.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Special issue. Blight grenades didn't change. Bikes didn't change. Inferno bolts didn't change.
I think yeah. Jump packs.
Mecha tendrils. What the fuck is that?
Oh, that's on the Mauler Fiend.
Plus 2 attacks and a melta gun and a flamer. Oh, this is for the.
Oh yeah, this
is for the
Warpsmith.
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 Jump packs didn't change. Sigil of Corruption reads as Marco Slanish. Not Slanish.
What?
Zinch.
Zinch.
4+ invul save for it.
Yep.
That was fast?
Though
Alright.
it does stack with the mark though.
Oh.
So if you have sigil, the corruption sigil and mark, it's 3+ invul.
It's like you really have a storm shield.
Yeah, it's also like 40 points for both.
It's like you really glued a storm shield terminator to the front of your face. Alright, what do we got? So how do these new icon things work?
Basically, if you have, you can just buy them. Someone holds it, they have the bonus for it. You need a mark for the appropriate ones, of course. So, like the Slanesh one needs the mark of Slanesh.
So you can only buy the icon if you have a marked unit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, there's one mark that doesn't need it, because there's only 5 icons. But the big deal is that they all also give +1 to combat resolution.
Oh. They're like fantasy outnumbering people.
Yep,
Yeah.
they're the fantasy standard.
That's like
Okay.
the third one that's done that, because I know Imperial Guard has a standard like that.
Demons did it first.
Yeah. And
Demons
then,
Okay.
yeah, Demons
I thought
had
Demons
it.
just had
Okay.
a horn.
Okay.
No, yeah, demons have all the fantasy stuff. So they have the standard. They also have the musician, which does the same exact thing as
Yeah.
it does in fantasy.
So there's 4 armies that do that. Space Marines does it. Imperial Guard, Demons, and now Chaos.
Yep.
They have
All
standards
right.
at +1 in combat resolution.
So let's see. The Icon of Wrath basically gives you Furious Charge and a reroll on your charge range. So Furious Charge and Fleet.
That's the Corn's
That's the
icon.
Corn one. Icon of Flame
That's the Zinch one.
gives you
Soul Blaze.
Soul Blaze.
Yep. See, it's really easy to get Soul Blaze in this army.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like,
Icon of Despair is Nurgle, and it makes you scary. I don't foresee
Gives you
them being
fear.
bought very often.
yeah, no one's gonna bother with it.
Icon of Excess.
Slanesh.
Slanesh gives you Feel No Pain. I expect to see that quite a bit.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Icon of Vengeance.
Gives the unit Fearless.
I am the knight.
And this is the unmarked icon, so you can always buy it if you want. I think you actually missed something in the options. Like, I think you missed the Gift of Corruption, or maybe that was the next page. No, I guess it's the next page. So those are the icons. So next we got Chaos Rewards.
All right.
Ooh. So Aura of Dark Glory is just 5+ invul. Then you have Gift of Mutation, which is you actually start with a boon on the table. And but you have to re-roll the Chaos Spawn and Demon Prince results. And all the sergeants have access to buying this as well in the game. So you could be like, free bonuses for all my sergeants to start.
Free is a strong word.
Yeah, it's 10-point upgrade.
Yeah.
Then you got the
Alright.
Combat Familiar, which gives you the 2 Strength 4 AP
dash.
blank attacks.
So it's just like this little jackass that follows you around and punches your opponents in the dick.
Yep.
That's pretty chaos.
And then you have Acre Blood, which is in the fight subphase, if every unsaved wound that is dealt to you causes a Strength 3 AP 4 hit.
I see they took a page out of the Tyranids book.
Yep. And then you have the Spell Familiar, which lets you re-roll psychic tests. It's pretty good. And then my favorite, I really like these, are the Demonic Steeds, which are, again, you need the appropriate mark to wield them, but I really like them all except for the Paladin from Nurgle. We got the Juggernaut of Khorne, gives you +1 toughness, +1 wound, +1 attack, and is a cavalry unit. Then you got the Disc of Zinch, which is a jet bike with +1 attack. And because it's a jet bike, it also gives +1 toughness, because it's a bike. Then you have the Palanquin of Nurgle, which gives you +2 wounds, +1 attack, and very bulky. Special rule. So you count as 5 models in a transport. Or is it? Yeah, it's 5. Or is it 3? 5. I'm going to say 5.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're carrying little Nurglings with you.
Yep. And then
Nurgle.
Steed of Slanesh gives the person +1 attack, +3 inches to their run moves, and gives them acute senses, outflank, and fleet. And is all
And
cavalry.
moves like a cavalry.
Now that's the Steed.
They're really pushing Slanesh this
I
codex.
really like the Slanesh one because of the outflank and acute senses. My favorite tactic has been putting that steed with the bikes, so you have outflank and bike squad.
With the key senses.
Yeah, so you can
Scary.
really get the side you want.
All right. Armor. Flesh metal is 2+ with no invul save. Poor obliterators. Improvised armor. Yep. That's orc status. 6 up.
Power armor and Termi armor.
Power and terming armor. That was boring.
Oh, Chaos vehicle equipment.
Uh-oh.
I really like these.
Okay.
I like some of the stuff in here.
What do we got?
You got Demonic Possession, which has been changed to you ignore the shake and stun on 2+. But then you have the thing where when a unit embarks, you roll a d6, and on a 1, it eats one of the models, and it regains a whole point.
Yeah, that's pretty metal.
Pac-Man.
Super awesome. And then you got Destroyer Blades, which is basically like the Death Roller, which is when you do take shocks, you do d6 strength 5 hits. But if someone opts to do Death or Glory, you do 2d6 strength 5 hits.
So it's mini death roller.
Yep.
I had a question. What does the demon roll do?
It gives the unit fear and 5+ invulnerable saves.
Huh, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I really like. And not only that, a lot of the demon engines have that rule. So
Yeah.
they also have a 5+ invulnerable save.
I
while
did not
being a
know that the
vehicle.
warp talons have that rule.
Ah, yeah. Warp Talons are really good because of that.
Yeah. 3
Yeah.
up, 5 up invul. Jump pack troops.
We'll get to them.
Now here's one of the really cool things that they added. Dirgecaster.
Dirgecaster.
An enemy unit within 6 inches of the vehicle cannot fire Overwatch.
Nice.
And it's only like a 5-point upgrade.
Nice.
So, Combat Rhino or Combat Land Raider, just roll up, screw Overwatch. Then you got the Havoc Launcher, same thing, twin linked, strength 5, small, heavy 1 blast. Lasher Tendrils is the thing for the Mauler Fiend, I think. What is it? Reduce the attack characteristic of every model in base contact by 1 to a minimum of 1. The effect of multiple Lash Tendrils is cumulative. Then you got Magma Cutters, which is the another Mauler Fiend weapon. If the Mauler Fiend hits with at least 1 attack in a fight subphase, it makes an additional attack of its Magma Cutters against one of the models it hits. If it hits with all of its initial attacks, it gets 2 additional attacks instead of 1. And then the additional attacks are resolved as basically a Melta hit. Strength 8.
Bombs, yeah.
Yep. Strength 8, AP 1 Armor Bane.
A Siege Shield.
The Past Dangerous Terrain. And then Warp Flame Gargoyles. All the shooting attacks for the vehicle have Soul Blaze. And it's only a 5-point upgrade.
Wow.
Yeah. See? Soul
Everywhere.
Blaze is really common.
All right, we're getting to Chaos Artifacts, where my personal favorite piece of war gear is in the...
Now, the big deal about the Chaos Artifacts is it's one per army. But you can't stack these because they're all these magical special artifacts that are unique.
But you can have one guy carrying more than one.
Yes.
All right. The Axe of Blind Fury.
Models with Mark of Corn only. It gives +2 strength. It's AP 2. It's melee, a demon weapon, and it's a blinded weapon. It's a special rule. And the way it works is that the model wielding it has -1 ballistic skill and weapon skill. And it has the Rage special rule. Now
So he's just swinging this shit.
Yep. Now there's a huge issue about it because Mark of Corn already gives you Rage. So having Rage from this weapon is redundant, and it's also the only thing that has blinded so far. So, but the thing is, the only model that could have gotten it, that would have benefited from it, was the Demon Prince, because he doesn't get Mark of Corn, he gets Demon Prince of Corn, which gives him Fury's Charge, I believe. But the issue here is it says Mark of Corn only, and Demon Prince doesn't get the Mark of Corn.
Oh.
So he can't take it.
Alright, what's this bullshit? The Black Mace.
Ooh, Black Mace.
Strength user AP 4. Melee Curse Demon Weapon Fleshbane. Alright, what is this curse bullshit?
If a model suffers an unsaved wound from the Black Mace, it must immediately take a toughness test. If it fails the test, remove the model as a casualty with no saves of any kind allowed. In addition, at the end of the phase in which the Black Mace causes 1 or more wounds, all non-vehicles within 3 inches of the bearer must take a toughness test. If they fail, they die. They're removed as a casualty with no saves. Which includes
Sick.
friendly.
Enemy models.
Is that I'm gonna kill everybody?
Yeah! Everyone dies. Everyone takes toughness test.
The Burning Band
everyone
of
quits.
Sack.
Would the
Tron.
model who did the wound take a toughness
Nope.
test too?
Nope.
Okay.
The bearer is immune. So it'd be really funny to charge like a giant mob of monster creatures, and then you get like a couple that fail somehow. Because 6 auto fails. So you're like, I charge a Wraith Lord.
I think it's funnier to charge a squad of squats and kill one.
Squats.
Oh
Not squats. Little tiny goblin guys. Snotlings.
It's not
Snotlings. Oh yeah.
Toughness too, baby.
Wipes them all out. But it'd be really funny to charge like a small unit, but have the monster creature nearby, so that it has to take the toughness. Because if you get a kill on a small unit,
Neat.
I think the cool thing to do it with, though, because it's AP 4. This is probably where one of the cool things for the Demon Prince, because it's a monster creature, it can take it, so it'll be swinging it with AP 2, and still get the Curse special rule going off.
All right. The Burning Band of Sacalathrax.
Now this is my favorite. This is my favorite artifact, legitimately.
Now, why do you like the Burning Band of Cylons?
I like its lore because it says no one can decide if it's a power of Zinch or an artifact of Khorne, which are my favorite Chaos gods.
Okay.
But the big deal is it's a template weapon that's Strength 4, AP 3, but it has Torrent and Soul Blaze.
Oh, the Burning Brand of Superman sounds pretty scary then.
Oh yeah, it's pretty awesome, especially on an outflanking bike squad. Super. Then we have the Dimensional Key. Now this is where you get the homing beacon. This is the only way to get it, and you can only get 1 per army. But the way it works is when a model with the Dimensional Key kills a model in combat, he can use the key, and it turns into a homing beacon of 12-inch range from the bearer.
But only for things from the Chaos
Codex. So it doesn't work with demons from the Demon Codex. But it also makes... what is it? Oh, yeah. Also, enemy units that move within 12 inches of the bearer treat the terrain as dangerous and difficult. even open terrain. So a little hard to get it off. You have to rush in. Hopefully you kill something really quickly, but then it makes this cool area of effect that just really ties down the opponent.
All right, okay. And now we got the coolest weapon in the whole codex. All right. This is just a normal sword. Okay, pretty boring. All right, it's strength is user, AP 3, melee weapon. It's got a special rule. Special rule is named after the sword. This sword is named the Murder Sword. And what the Murder Sword lets you do with its special rule, murder, is to choose one enemy character at the start of the game. That's the Murder Sword's target. And normally it's just a normal power sword. But when you're fighting the target, murder mode activates, and it turns into an at initiative AP1 Power Fist.
With instant death.
With instant death.
With instant death.
Now, the cool thing about this is it doesn't say when you're fighting the character. It says when you're in base contact with them. So if the character's in a unit, if you get in base contact, you can swing at the whole unit with the bonus strength and stuff.
You know what I think my favorite target for the Murder Sword is?
What?
The Swarm Lord.
Ooh. That'd be really cool. Especially because it's instant death.
Because it's instant death, yeah.
And I hate the Swarm Lord.
I'm sorry you fought him for 4 turns and didn't kill him.
Hey, at least the Soul Grinder fought him for 4 turns and didn't die either.
And the last one, the Scroll of Magnus. It lets you be a Psyker. Super Psyker.
Yeah.
This is similar to the Huron's power, but it does it for 6 lores. It does it for all 5 of the book lores and Tzeentch lore.
And it also punches you every turn.
Yep.
Strength 3, AP 1.
And that's for every time you roll on the lore table to determine which lore you get.
Okay.
So, now we have the psychic powers in the codex for the 3 gods that have them. Tzeentch, Slash, and Nurgle.
So the way the Chaos powers work is there's 1 Primaris and there's 3 random ones.
Yep. If you're taking a mark of that god, you have to take at least 1 from their lore of psychic powers. So let's start with the Tzeentch one. The Tzeentch Primaris power is a Witchfire. It's D6 plus 1 strength. No AP, but it's a Assault 1 blast with Inferno. And for each, the way the Inferno rule works is for each model that is removed as a casualty, the mutant immediately takes D3 strength 3 hits. It's pretty nice. It's okay.
Yeah.
24-inch range.
And then there's Boon of Mutation.
Yep.
Which lets you mutate. We're all on the chart.
Yep.
The end.
Yep.
Doom Bolt remains unchanged. Except for this detonate rule.
It's a beam.
Holy shit.
Nope, it's not a beam. What?
Yeah, it's a beam.
Oh yeah, it's a beam. Yeah. Which is different.
Oh, and then when you blow shit up with it, they explode bigger.
Yep.
2d6
Nice.
explosion radius.
And then Breath of Chaos.
Breath of Chaos.
It's
Oh,
Winds of
man.
Chaos.
It's the same one, but it's Warp Charge too.
Yep. So aspiring sorcerers can't use it because they're only level 1s.
All right, Nurgle.
Nurgle discipline.
Nurgle's Rot. Everyone loves Nurgle's Rot.
It's a Nova.
Yep. 6 inches around the guy casting it, everybody gets hugged by Nurgle Plagues.
Yeah.
Nurgle
Strength
models
2,
are
poisoned,
unaffected.
AP 5.
It's Assault D6 plus
Assault
1.
D6 plus 1. So each unit within 6 inches of him takes D6 plus 1.
Hits.
Poison.
Hits.
And what?
Weapon Virus. Yeah, Weapon Virus. Gives it's a malediction, and whoever you hit with Weapon Virus, their entire unit gains
Gets hot.
Gets hot on all ranged weapons.
On their weapons. That'll get those Fire Warriors to stop shooting guns.
Don't shoot.
Use it on the guard, goodness.
Oh yeah.
First rank fire, second rank fire.
You sure you want to do that?
Sure.
Yes.
All right. Gift of
Hundreds of
Contagion.
Contagion.
Contagion. That was a movie.
Contagion.
Yeah.
That was a movie a while ago.
Mhm.
Contagion.
It's a 48-inch malediction that does random shit.
Random disease.
-1 attack, -1 strength,
And no running.
-1 strength, and -1 toughness.
Okay.
You know the problem with the first one, which is -1 attack, is it also gives them shrouded.
Say you got -1
that
attack,
blows.
but we're gonna give you
2 plus cover.
2 plus cover.
And then Plague Wind.
Ooh.
Strength 1, AP 2.
Large
Assault
blast.
1, Large Blast. Ooh, wow. 12 inches. Some
With
scary
poison.
shit.
Yeah.
And Slanish. Sensory Overload is your Primaris. Strength 4, AP 4, Assault 4, Blind, Pinning, Concussive.
Ooh.
I don't remember those, dude. Check the rulebook.
Concussive puts you at initiative 1.
Yep.
It's like the Thunderhammer ability.
Blind is an initiative test, and if you fail it, you have to snapshot for your next turn.
Sure, why not?
And then it's 24-inch range, so it's a pretty good gun.
All right, Historical Frenzy is your Warp Charge 1 power. It's a blessing with the random chart, and your abilities are +1 initiative, +1 strength, and +1 attack. Yay! I don't find this one particularly inspiring. How about you guys?
It's okay.
In the right situation.
Okay.
But you randomize what you get, so it's kind of like...
But at least they're all combat related, so you can still plan for it.
Ooh, liking the name on this one. Symphony of Pain. Malediction that targets an enemy within 24, and they get -1 weapon and -1 ballistic skill.
I like this next part.
And...
Furthermore, any attacks result from sonic weaponry at the unit get +1 strength.
Oh, and if you get more than one Symphony of Pain on a unit, all the effects are cumulative.
Ooh.
Get 2 or 3.
Plus, yeah, at that point, you just call your army the Orchestra of Chaos.
Dude.
A Symphony of Sorrow.
Quartet
you do
of
it.
Chaos.
You just start thinking of band names for your army.
The Medal of Malediction.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think Shane's going to like this one. Because I know he has a lot of Slaneshi stuff.
Oh, yeah. And then the last one is the Warp Charge 2 is Static Seizures. Or fucking seizure things.
Every non-vehicle model in the target unit takes a hit at its own strength.
Basically, it's the stop hitting yourself power.
Hitting yourself.
24-inch range, no AP. So this is pretty much just going to be like, okay, for pretty much every unit, it's basically on a 4+, every model takes a wound.
Yeah.
The only issue is for like orcs, which are strength 3 normally, so they'll be wounding on 5+.
Yeah.
Yay!
And then certain special units.
All right. So that's all the war gear and the psychic powers. Now we can adequately explain the units.
And ignore these pretty pictures.
I'll look at all them pretty pictures.
Pretty pictures.
All these chaos dinosaurs.
Oh, so many pretty pictures.
I'm going straight to the army list.
Yep. So we went over the special characters. Now the generic HQs.
Generic HQs. First one's up is the Chaos Lord.
The cool thing about the Chaos Lord and the Sorcerer to an extent is that they are both really freaking cheap, but incredibly customizable.
Yes.
They have access to pretty much all the upgrades, except for the vehicle ones, of course. And that means that you can pretty much build them however the hell you want. I know a lot of
people... And they're fearless.
Oh, yeah. They start fearless, right? Yeah.
Start fearless. Chaos champions, so they roll on the table.
Boon table challenging.
Veterans of the Long War to make them have no additional stats.
But they get Space Marine Hatred.
Ah, yes. 5 points to hate Space Marines.
Yeah.
Or preferred enemies. Which is it, Hatred or preferred?
Hatred. Yes.
All right. There's a lot of really cool builds that I've seen. Like, there's some tactics where it's just like, I'll just take a really cheap Chaos Lord for Ballistic Skill 5 on my quad gun. But the two builds that I really like so far is Slanesh Steed with Marcus Slanesh, and then you also just give it the Burning Brand, and then you just put it in a bike squad. Because the Slanesh Steed gives it outflanking and acute senses. That gives it to the bike squad as well. And so you just you outflank, you have the 2 meltas from the bike, but then you also have the Burning Brand, which is the Torrent AP3 Strength 4 turret template. So you can get all those entrenched cover guys that pretty much gets any army.
Yeah.
And then you just give it 4+ invul if you want. And that's really cheap. It only comes up to like 145 points without the invul save.
And a marked Chaos Lord can make appropriate cult troops instead of elites.
Yeah.
Except for Zinch.
Except for Zinch.
On the source point.
Can you buy Terminator armor and then get on a steed?
No. Because if you look at the list of the upgrades where it actually gives you the prices for everything.
Yeah.
It
one of the following.
Yeah, it excludes Terminator armor for buying all those upgrades.
Okay.
But it's...
And then we got...
Another really cool build I like for the Chaos Lord is you go Khorne, and you put him on a Juggernaut, and you give him the Exoblind Fury. The Juggernaut gives him the toughness, a wound, and an attack.
Mm-hmm.
And combined with the having a demon weapon and another weapon, he has a base attack of 5 that are strength 6 AP2. at weapon skill 5. And then, but he has a demon weapon and rage, so on the charge, he'll have at least 9 attacks that are strength 6 AP 2.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
And that's only if you roll a 2 on the demon weapon. You could roll a 6, and then you get a
14.
yeah.
Fuck.
Freaking hell.
And he's a cavalry too, so 12-inch movement.
Wow.
He has cavalry, so that means he has 12-inch movement. He has fleet too, huh?
Yeah.
Cavalry has fleet.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. All right. Next up, we got the sorcerer.
Sorcerer. Yep. It's really cheap as well. 60 points. He can buy up to a level 3.
Psychic Mastery level 3.
Yep.
25 points a level. You think that's worth it?
Oh, definitely. Because you have access to all those really good psychic powers because you got Biomancy and Telepathy, which are pretty good lores.
That's true.
And Slanesh is also a pretty good lore, I think. Especially if you go for the Primaris or the Malediction one.
Uh-huh.
And so that gives you a lot of really good choices. Plus, it's still just really cheap because that's only 110 points for a level 3 sorcerer. But then you still have access to all the upgrades and stuff. And I think a really cool, popular thing will probably just be cheap level 3 sorcerer. Either Slanesh or not, depending on which lore you want. No one's going to go Zinch, though. That's the problem.
Other than that, looks like his stats are the same.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you'll probably never see a Zinch sorcerer because the Zinch lore is kind of crappy. If you guys agree, it's pretty lackluster.
Yeah.
Just witchfires, but they aren't even that great.
The Demon Prince.
The
He's
Demon
back
Prince.
and more expensive.
And even more expensive than that because he has to buy a mark. Or he has to be a god.
Must be upgraded to be
Oh,
a
so he's-
mark of something.
He has to get dedicated
so
to a god.
145 base, and then at least 10, maybe 15 for your mark.
Probably, yeah. And then you get all the upgrades and stuff. He can also buy mastery
you have
levels.
to buy him his power armor.
Yep.
Wings is 40 points.
Armor's 20 points. So he comes without the armor. So you're generally looking at over 200 points just to be a flying demon prince with 3+ armor. And then that's still without any upgrades. Plus, he doesn't have Eternal Warrior either. You can't buy Eternal Warrior. You can only get it from the boon table. So, he's really overcosted for what he is now.
Demon rule doesn't give him
No.
Eternal Warrior.
No.
It's just the 5-up
No,
invul.
just the
5+
the
invul
only,
and
the only
fear.
demon roll that gives you that is the
Codex one.
Codex.
From the Demon
okay.
Codex. So if you're going to see the Demon Prince, it's probably going to be Fluffy, or if you want to do the Black Mace thing, so that's at AP2.
All right, the Warp Smith.
Warp Smith. This is the
The Tech Marine.
Deck
Tech
Marine
Marine.
of Chaos.
And he can shatter defenses and has Master of Mechanisms. Let's look those up.
Shatter Defenses is making target cover -1.
For the rest of the game, or
Yes.
can you use this every turn?
No.
At the start of the game?
Yeah, it's just like the normal more Master of the Forge.
Oh,
it's the opposite of both.
Fortifies a cover. Instead of fortifying, he ruins a cover for the other guy.
okay. I
And
like
then
it.
Master of Mechanicism is the blessing
fix.
or malediction.
Okay.
Where he boons or curses a vehicle.
All right. And Curse
Okay.
makes the vehicle's weapons get hot.
Yes.
Awesome. Other than that, seen any cool builds, or is he just going to be bought pretty cheap for his special rules?
Pretty cheap for special rules.
All
Because if you're going to go all upgrades, you might as well do it on a Lord.
All right, now we
Yeah.
got our new guy, the new
Dark
dude in town,
Apostle?
Dark Apostle,
Dark
the Chaos
Apostle.
Chaplain.
Yep. Dark Apostle's the Chaos Chaplain. He basically he gives the unit he's in Hatred and Fearless. Guys within 6 inches of him use his leadership, which is leadership 10. Then he also has the Zealot rule, which is what gives them all Hatred and Fearless. What precedes the Dark Gods? Oh, and I don't remember. You should probably look that up.
Okay.
But then the big deal is that he is still fairly cheap, but he gives all the bonuses to the unit he's in.
Yeah.
And he also has access to all the upgrades. So what's probably going to be really common with him is because of the Zealot rule, he'll probably be put in a unit of cultists, so that the cultists have hatred and fearless.
Oh, I
May
see.
take the Veterans of Long War special rule. It's free.
Yeah.
Well, there's no reason to not hate Space Marine.
Yeah, hate
Yeah.
Space Marines.
You figure they could have just included that as a special
No.
rule.
No, it's because of the customization thing. They want you to be able to say, no. This guy,
He's a newbie.
he's a new guy.
He's a noob.
Okay.
He's just learning how to hate.
He doesn't.
He just got out of hate school. This is his first internship.
He still has a.
He's taking
Space
his
Marine
residency.
roommate.
Yeah, he went to Warp U.
Chaos Cultist, Apostle.
Alright.
I think you just
I
passed.
just passed him.
Dark Apostle. So what are his other special rules?
Let's see.
Beseech is
he gives
rerolls
free-
on the boon table.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Mm.
That's the rule I'm forgetting. So yeah. The character in the units he's joined gets to reroll the boon table results.
Not himself.
Not he
Including
is a character,
himself.
Yeah. Okay.
so he counts. He's in his own unit.
Yeah, once per turn you can reroll one.
So I mean, you can stick him in a unit with the Chaos Lord to get cool stuff if you so wish.
So what do you think of the HQs?
Chaos Lord and Sorcerers are really cool because they're really good customization. You can really decide what you want them to do, and they'll be able to do it.
I'm a really big fan of the HQs. You got your super expensive big rape machines, and then you've also got your pretty reasonably costed but really customizable everything else.
Yep.
So I think the HQs are really open. I don't think there's going to be any must-takes.
Mhm.
There's some
Yep.
dirty tricks you can do with some of them.
Oh,
but
definitely. Yeah, that's really where it's going to come down to is like, what do you want your army to do, and you can make your HQ really fit that.
Yeah.
I think as far as like the newer guys, Demon Prince
probably not
fluffy
considered-
only.
Yeah.
Really not worth it, except for that
'Cause
one gimmick
it
with the Black
seems
Mace.
too many points for what it
It's
does.
too expensive. Like this is even worse than the Demon Prince of the Chaos in the Demon Codex, where you spend like 200 points to get a really nice beefy
This
guy.
is like Hive Tyrant status.
Yeah, now this is like you spend almost 300 for even less damage than the Demon
Yeah.
Codex one. The Dark Apostle and Warsmith, they're really good too, but they're fighting with the Chaos Lord, so you probably won't
The
see
Dark
them a lot.
Apostle's more of a support guy.
Yeah.
And the Chaos Lord's just like, I'm gonna go kill shit. Bye.
Yeah,
Warsmith's more like support guy too.
yeah,
Oh,
they're support, so
yeah.
they'll probably won't see a lot of limelight in most lists.
Well, no, I think
Well-
I think that the Warpsmith actually, I think is going to be the #1 ally HQ
That's true.
because he's cheap. So, and you don't need to buy him upgrades to make him effective. So
Well,
you just throw 60 points at him, and you say, "Now I have access to the rest of the Chaos Codex for 60 points, and now he can fuck with terrain and destroy opponent vehicles and your Chris vehicles and stuff."
That's
Yeah.
true.
Because, like, you could also do that with the Chaos Lord, but he's about 150 to get him up to real punch power.
Yeah,
And the Warpsmith is just like, you want me? I'm 110 points.
110 points.
No questions asked. Let's go wreck shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So next is troop choices.
Troop choices. Chaos Space Marines. All right, let me tell you guys. 60% of this page is options for them. So
Yes.
don't cry anymore, Chaos players. You can customize as much as you want.
Yep.
There's a lot of
Lots
customization.
and lots and lots and lots.
All
and
right.
lots. There are also
It looks like base point for Space Marine, Chaos Space Marine with just a
15.
bolter is 13.
13.
13, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, of course, this is compared to a normal Marine. They don't have combat tactics and they shall know no fear.
And I think the equalizing factor here is if you buy Veterans of the Long War to make yourself better leadership and hate Space Marines, then I think it's 1 point extra, so it brings you right around to
14 points a model.
Yep.
And then
But then they still have access to all the upgrades. So
all
they-
the upgrades. So you can make them as cheap or as expensive as you want.
marks, icons, transport.
max squad size is 20 again.
You can make the champion.
Max squad size is 20, so you can have 20-man squads.
Make the mac out that champion for combat. Give him a gifted boon.
Icons.
All right, we got
Gift
plasma pistols, flamers, melta-guns, heavy flamers, heavy bolters, melta-guns, autocannons, missile launchers, plasma guns, las cannons. You can buy your champion a mutation, melta-bombs. Marks are pretty affordable.
Core.
The marks are per model.
It's on a modeled
costed.
basis.
per model. So, I mean, you buy the Mark of Corn, you essentially become Space Marine cost.
But you have
Furious charge
Your
and
Furious
counter. Or
charge
rage
and
and rage and counterattack.
Yeah.
a raging counter. Yeah.
So it's like, what special rules do you want to have with your guys?
And, you know, Nurgle is 3 points each, but at that point you're paying 16 points for tough 5 Space Marines.
Which is pretty
That's
solid.
That's pretty solid,
solid.
dude. Tough 5
That's
Space
really
Marine.
solid.
Because you figure like 20-man squads a tough 5.
Ooh.
Oh.
You're not going to be able to get rid of them that fast.
Then Slanesh is initiative 5, but then you
You
have
buy the
access to the
Slanesh one
Philo
because you
Pain
want-
icon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want Icon of
And
Excellence.
that's just a flat cost for the unit.
Yep. Icons are
30.
between 15 and 30, depending on how busted they are.
30 is for the Slanesh Philo Pain.
And
Well, that's
15 for the
worth
Zeech
it.
one.
Yeah.
Only 15 points to give your weapons Soul Blaze.
Do you really want it? Yeah.
Only 15 points.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Actually, the big problem is it's 2 points a model before that.
and it's only +6. It's only a +1 invul save, so they'll have a 6+
Dude,
invul save if you do it that way.
mark your Nurgle on a 20-man squad with Icon of Excess.
You can't. You have to match.
Oh, you have to match?
Proper gods.
Proper gods? Okay.
Proper gods.
Oh, okay.
All right, and they can buy a
Balls.
Rhino.
Yep.
So no Land Raider overloading.
But the Rhinos have access to like the Havoc launcher and such because they're
Oh.
Chaos. Dirge with caster. Some really cool options for the Rhino.
All right, next we've got the
Cultists.
Chaos Cultists. So these guys are dirt cheap.
Yep, 4 points per model.
10-man minimum.
But you're still paying 10 points to have the champion for some reason.
Yeah.
But
And then
Well, yeah, because they're Fire Warrior leadership without him.
and then you have
you put
may
it
add
here.
up to 25 Chaos Cultists.
So 35 max size
Yes.
for this blob of basically guardsmen. Then you can buy. You
well,
can buy.
the thing is, you gotta buy them their gun.
Yep.
Otherwise, they just have auto pistol close combat weapon.
Get them heavy stubbers or flamers. Well, then you can also mark them.
Yep.
So you can give them +1 toughness or rage and counterattack or initiative or 6+ inful save. It's up to you.
The 6+ invul save does not sound like a bad idea.
Well, considering that it's that or a 6+ armor save that they'll never take. Their t-shirts are no match for a gun.
Maybe
Chaos
the orc gun.
Cultists can take a shotgun.
All right, actually, I hope. Awesome. I hope you like how customizable the Chaos Space Marines are, because if you're not taking a Marked Lord, you're stuck with that. Those are your only troop choices without some Force Org shuffling.
Those are still pretty good troop choices.
They're solid choices. They're cheap. You got a spammable one, and you got a really modular one.
Yeah.
Got the
Yeah.
one that's flak. Flak troops.
All right, next on to Elites.
Chosen.
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 Abaddon's homeboys.
Chosen have a lot of options too, and they're pretty affordable. Base, what are they?
18,
18
points,
points,
a guy for
looks like it.
Chosen, which improved the standard Chaos Space Marine profile by adding an attack.
And leadership.
And leadership.
All having leadership 9.
You can make them veterans of the Long War and make them all leadership 10 for 2 points.
Yep. And of course, the Chosen retain their ability to switch out for 4 special weapons at any amount that you buy. So you can buy 5 guys and switch out 4 weapons. And we got
Or you can buy
everything.
20 guys. Is it 20 guys?
Uh,
5 more. So
10
at
is
10
more.
guys, it's still 4. And then, well, you can replace bolt pistols with combat weapon and bolt gun.
So you can tool these guys out to be combat or shooty. They can go power weapons or lightning claws or fists, or they can go with the standard. I like
Actually, you
shooting
can go
people
up
guns.
to, well, depending on like your combination, you can have up to 5 guys. Because
Okay.
it says up to 4 models may choose for the combinations right here.
Yep.
Right.
And then
Later
right below
on,
it,
later
one
on.
chosen may replace this bolt gun with one of the following. So you can have up to 5,
Okay.
depending on your combination.
Plus, then you still have the champion, who gets his own upgrade options.
Yeah.
So you can go 5 guys, 5 plasma guns.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little expensive, but that's a lot of plasma.
And then they still have marks and icons and stuff.
Marks,
marks,
icons.
2 points a model for veterans of the Long War, because that would put them at leadership 10.
Yeah.
Plus, hating Space Marines.
That's
I mean,
hating Space
well,
Marines.
that should come free, really.
But hating Space Marines.
Yeah.
And,
And
then,
then-
the Possessed
But that are actually decent.
suddenly got better.
Yeah.
Well, it's because their special rule is actually
So how does their special rule Vessels of Chaos work now?
there's a D3 table of effects. Pull it up if you would. Page 42.
So while he's looking
it
that up.
terrifies me that you have this memorized.
Yeah. So while George is looking that up.
It's been out on the internet for 2 days, man.
So
All right.
26 points a model. You can add up to 15 more, so you can have a max squad of 20. The champion can take up to 2 gifts of mutation.
And the chart is let's see.
At the beginning of each fight substep. So that's every
Okay.
combat phase.
So they're like Yumgarl Gene Stealers.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And they can get reroll to wound rolls, or they can be AP3 in combat, or they can get +1 attack and initiative.
And you always roll for this?
Yeah, every phase you roll for it.
Mm.
So I mean, they're all three are pretty good in combat.
Yeah.
I mean, some are better depending on the situation, but they're still a nice bonus.
Yeah. They're 3 up. I mean, they're demons, fearless, fleet,
And 5+ invul.
5+ invul. They can take a mark as Zinch if they want. They make it a 4+
Their
invul.
base strength 5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know though.
2 attack
26
space.
points a model is a lot.
Well, they're definitely a solid combat choice.
For 26 points a model, wouldn't you rather just buy Berserkers?
Yeah, it's true. Berserkers are still a very good option.
And the marks don't come cheap on these guys either.
No, the
3
marks
for
are-
the cheap ones, 5 for mark. Why is Mark of Zinch the most expensive?
Because
one
they
on
already
these
have an
guys?
invul save.
They have an invul save. Increases it to 4 up.
Oh. Yeah, no,
Like-
still not buying
Of
it.
course, the important thing is that Possessed are actually playable this edition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
that's true.
their icons are not.
Good, but playable.
So I think the big deal with them is that they're going to be more fluffy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
I
like
see
a
that.
wood-
Icons are
list.
cheap on them except for the excess one.
XS is never cheap.
That's 35 points for excess, and everything else is like 5. Icon of Wrath is 15.
Yeah, they can get a Rhino. All right, to the elites.
Now, a lot of people have been complaining about the Terminators because they've been neuter on how many options they can take compared to what they used to be able to do.
Ah.
Oh, really?
Yep. Because it's now pretty much just one special weapon, either combat or shooty, per Terminator.
Okay.
So you can't be
Or you
like,
could just take combi weapon. Every single one can take a combi weapon.
yep.
And for every 5 Terminators, you get a Flamer or a Reaper.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it seems pretty standard.
I mean, they're still pretty
30.
good.
Oh no. They nerfed Chaos Terminators. They're 31 points a model now.
31 points. Well, if you take a look at their war gear, they're equipped with a combi bolter and a power weapon.
Normally.
Normally.
So that means Twin Link Bolter and AP3 attacks.
No, it says power weapon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
You can
You
choose.
can go axe with him.
You
Yeah.
can choose axe.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, because based on the new rules, it's like you choose which one you want.
Yeah.
So
I
there.
don't think you're going to see many people buying close combat upgrades from. I think they're just going to
Sit as power axes.
power axes, like maybe a couple swords and a couple axes.
Couple swords, couple axes.
Of course, that means modeling them with axes. So
That's
you're
not
gonna
hard.
Yeah,
Just
man,
cut
yeah.
off the top of the weapon.
Yep. Put on.
Or,
Or,
give
or,
them
or,
little
or,
guitars.
if they had a sword, cut off half the sword and then just turn it to the left. So it looks like a pick.
Yeah.
Bam!
sure.
Axe.
Conversions with Kyle.
Yes.
All right.
That's what glue's for.
Aside from that, they've got the standard mark and icon upgrades.
And they can still buy the Land Raider as a dedicated transport.
Yes.
The
they
only
can.
unit they can. And then you got the Hellbrute.
which is your new...
Dread. It's the
Dreadnought.
Dreadnought of Chaos now. There's
the
no
new
other option for Dreadnoughts in this army.
It's called a Hellbrute.
Comes with a multi-melta and a power fist.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazed special rule, which doesn't suck anymore, apparently.
Yeah, it mainly just affects how well they shoot. Most of the time, the worst result is if they're in charge range of something, they'll have to try and charge it.
Okay.
But if not, they can just shoot as normal.
Okay.
It looks like they got pretty standard arm options here. You
Yep.
can switch the multi-melta for a power fist, a twin-linked heavy bolter, a Reaper autocannon. Ooh, 10 points for a plasma cannon switch. That's not bad.
Yeah.
And 25 points to switch it for a twin-linked las. It's only 105 points. This is pretty budget right now.
However, it can buy a Thunder Hammer or a Power Scourge.
Yeah.
Ooh, that power scourge.
I really like the Power Scourge. That D3 minus to weapon skill is really funny, especially because the Hellbrute's already weapon skill 4.
Yeah.
So it pretty much makes it always hit on 3+ against things.
Not bad.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Very good budget Dreadnought.
Yep.
I like it.
Oh, and it can upgrade both of its power fists. So if you switch your multi-melta for a power fist, they can both have either a
May
combi
replace-
bolter or a heavy flamer. So you could give this guy 2 power fists, 2 heavy flamer.
May upgrade up to 2 power fists to incorporate a single combi bolter or heavy flamer, and then may replace the power fist. Oh, may replace any power fist with one of the following. Oh, okay.
So
you only get one Thunder Hammer.
if you want to be, yeah.
Oh, so you can go double missile launcher. You can go shooty with these guys too.
No, you could do double Thunder Hammer.
Yeah, you can
Oh.
do double Thunderhammer as well.
Yeah, because it just says replace
No.
any with one.
Oh, with one.
Well, no, it doesn't say one power fist. It says
Dude, you
any
can
power
go
fist.
double power scourge. Like, I don't know why, but you could.
Dude, are they cumulative?
Smash attacks.
Oh. No, it's not a monstrous creature. But it's already strength
I don't know
8.
why, but you
It's
could.
strength 8 already. The power scourge makes it strength 8.
No, at that point, you just charge it in the units
What?
with your strength 6, and you're like, all right, minus 2d3
Weapon
skill.
skill.
Please
Oh,
try and kill me.
Hits back on 5.
Yeah.
Always.
Oh, that's the stupidest thing ever. I love it.
I really.
Alright.
This is such a fun upgrade. And then Mutilators.
Mutilators.
Are the obliterators of melee.
55 points a guy.
Go to page 46 to look at their weapon options.
46
I'm
or
pretty
43?
sure they just get all the
46.
close combat
Oh, okay.
stuff.
No, it actually lists it because, it also explains the rule for how they pick weapons.
So the way, for what I understand from the rule, is they can pick from basically the list, and the list is all the standard ones that you'd expect. Power Weapon, Lightning Claw, Power Fist, Chain Axe. Not Chain Axe,
Chain Fist.
Chain Fist.
And I think it also says Power Axe and
Like maybe
Power
Power
Ball.
Yeah, it basically has all the common stuff.
Alright.
Yeah.
And you can't choose the same one more than one turn in a row.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if it has a Thunder Hammer.
Oh my god.
Might.
They're not fearless?
No.
No, but they do have the Demon special rules, so they still have that 5+ invul.
Yeah.
And
2 up,
cause
5
fear.
up.
And Cause
Cause
Fear.
Fear.
Ooh, that could be useful for them.
But they're slow and purposeful.
No running.
No running. And
If
it's
you really
combat
wanted
unit,
to,
there's
you can
no
buy
buttons.
them Veterans of the Long War.
Pretty sure if you're going to run Mutilators, you're going to Deep Strike Mutilators.
Yeah, but then you still have to get them to combat, and they can't shoot with anything, so they do nothing in the shooting phase.
And then they
Oh,
can buy
no.
marks.
You could, Oh, they can't even buy icons.
Nope.
You can mark them, though. Ooh, you can mark them for 4 pinball save.
Ooh,
Yeah.
neat.
2 up, 4 up.
That would be obnoxious. Really obnoxious.
That's
But
the
I
reason
don't
why
think-
that one's six.
Also, I don't really like the model for them. Their face looks stupid. I stand by that.
All right.
I don't think we're going to
next,
see a lot of mutilators.
Next, we got the Berserkers.
Clone Berserkers.
Clone Berserkers at 19 points a model.
Clone Berserkers.
You could switch them and give them... They come with only bolt pistol close combat these days.
And they have base 1 attack.
With base 1 attack. You could give them the Chain Axe, but that's 3 points a model, so I don't expect that to happen very often.
Of course, you can do that with any of them.
Any number can have the Chain Axe.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it really comes down to your area. Like, if there's a ton of
Local
Xenos-
metal game.
Yeah. If there's a ton of Xenos, neat. Otherwise, it's not worth it.
Fearless, Furious Charge, Marker Corn, which is
Plasma-
+1 attack, right?
Mark
that's
Corn
rage.
is rage and counterattack.
Okay.
So on the charge, they're looking at like 4 attacks.
Well, even when you charge them, they're looking at 3.
No. Well, yeah. If you charge them, 3 attacks. If you
They're really good on the turn of the charge.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
after that, they decrease.
especially if you get the Warlord trait for hatred from Karn, then they also get the reroll to hit
Ooh.
for that
wow.
initial round 2.
And let's see, they get a champ with standard war gear section upgrades. Like the Murder Sword!
Murder.
And other than that, Veterans of the Long War is super cheap because why would you buy it for a Fearless unit? Oh, to hate Space Marines.
To hate Space Marines. That's why.
And your max unit size is 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Next is Thousand Suns.
Thousand Suns. Oh man, this is a small entry.
Yeah. Because they don't get options because they're the Rubric Marines. They don't get to choose.
All right, 23 points a guy.
150 points for the unit because you have to get the Aspiring Sorcerer as well.
They come with Veterans of the Long War.
Yeah, because they're Rubric Marines.
'Cause they're Rubric
Their
Marines.
fluff is that they're old and
Yeah.
they're made of dust.
Small and purposeful.
They have the
Sorcerer's Mastery level 1 Psyker.
which has to go Zinch because that's the mark. So it's and then they also have the Infernal Bolts, so their bolters are AP 3.
And 4 up invul save.
They're pretty much unchanged.
Pretty much
and-
the same.
They're pretty much unchanged, slightly cheaper, but the problem is the Aspiring Sorcerer is kind of meh. It's expensive and it's stuck with the Zinch lore, which is all pretty subpar as far as psychic powers go, unless you
The
get
beam's okay.
Beam's okay, but that's 1 out of 3. And you
Yeah.
That's
can't-
true. Well, you can't even cast it unless you give him another Psychic Mastery level.
Well, no, it's the Breath of Chaos.
Oh, that's breath. Oh,
So,
so it's actually 1
1
half
out of
chance.
2.
That's not bad.
But the problem is if you get 1, it's just
Anyway,
It's,
Yeah.
Plague Marines.
I'm just saying it's
Plague Marines, 24 points a model.
Tough 5.
So they're tough 5, feel no pain,
Fearless.
fearless, mark and Nurgle. Light drones. This is where the plague knife is, so they are combat attacks are 4+ poison.
And
Bolt gun, bolt pistol, plague knife.
still the same Plague Marines you know and love.
Yep, can buy 2 special weapons, so double melta still.
Or double plasma.
Huh?
Double flamer. And then champion can get gift and mutation, melta bombs, and you can get the
Standard
fear.
chaos.
You can get the icon that gives them fear for 10 points. I would if you consider the icon for this unit, it's for the +1 combat resolution, not the fear.
Yeah, because Plague Marines are really good at not dying.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And the Noise Marines. Okay, this is where the rape happens, guys.
I really, really like this unit. I've been looking at this entry for a while because I've been focusing on making Slanesh.
All right, Noise Marines, 17 points a model. Standard Marine stat line.
They can. They only come with bolt or bolt pistol normally, but you can give
Except
them.
for initiative 5 for the...
Yep, they're based on initiative 5 because they have the marks to the Slanesh.
Okay, you gotta buy the icon separate with these guys. It's 30 points, but that gives them feel no pain.
They also are fearless initially.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Now-
and then
Then the cool thing is that they all can buy sonic blasters, which is the salvo gun for 3 points per model.
Yeah.
and the Blastmaster's 30.
However, you need to take the minimum of 10 to get that Blastmaster, which is annoying a lot of people because everyone I talked to is like, I only took 6 to be fluffy.
No, they're bullshitting you. They only took 5. They're only using that excuse because they wanted Blastmaster for no reason.
Yeah.
Honestly, even if it is a fluff thing, this is just a balance issue.
Yeah, because the Blastmaster is a really good gun.
Because if they didn't put it that way, I'm sure you'd see Lucis
Mm-hmm.
or a marked Slanesh Lord, and then just like at 2,000 points, I'd be surprised if you saw less than 6 of these squads if the Blastmaster was per 5 guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
But now, like, you're basically looking at a minimum of 200 points to have a Blastmaster unit.
And Blastmaster's good, and it's worth it, but not something you can really spam without wasting all your points.
Yep,
Yeah.
and then the champion can get mutation, melta bombs, and the Doom Siren, which is that strength 5 AP3 template.
Yeah.
I think the big deal is that this unit, can still be customized to be either mainly combat or shooting.
Basically, the way that these units work for the entire codex is the more options it has, the better it is.
Yep, and this one has a lot
And
of options.
this has the most options of any of the elite specialist units, so I think Noise Marines are going to come out on top here.
Conversely,
Yeah.
Thousand Suns have no options.
Yeah, Thousand Suns have no options, and Plague Marines and Berserkers are sort of in the middle.
Yep.
Well, Plague Marines are up there. They still have plenty of good options,
Yeah.
because of the special weapon. But they are still pretty good units. They got the Rhino, which they can all take.
Rhino didn't
Yeah.
change. You can still buy it all the cool Chaos shit.
Yep.
It can go to the Chaos vehicle equipment list, so you can buy it the mini Death Roll if you so feel like it.
Yep. And you just roll a Dirge Caster if you're focusing on combat. Havoc Launcher.
Yep.
Give it Soul Blaze with the Gargoyles. It's pretty awesome.
Okay,
Alright.
next we got Chaos Bikes.
20 points base per model.
Oh man,
Yep.
10-man squads.
Super
Chaos
awesome.
Bikes got scary.
Yep.
Yep. The list I played was 6 bikes with Marcus Slanesh, and then I put the Slanesh Steed on them, so they outflanked. And so they had the 2 Meltas outflanking, just raped the vehicles that were right on the board edge. But they have a lot of options, Flamer,
Yep.
Melta Gun, Plasma Gun. They're
You can mark a Nurgle to make him tough 6. Icon of excess to give him feel no pain.
Yep.
Whatever you want.
If you go the Feel No Pain route, they're basically Plague Marines that move like a bike and have initiative 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the marks are per model, and they are a little more spendy. Because, Nurgle marks 6 points per model. So,
Yep.
getting that toughness 6 has a
I feel
huge
like the
price
Mark of
on it.
Corn would actually be a pretty good buy on these guys.
Yeah.
To give them rage.
they'll
Because
probably
your
get
bikes,
the
you're going to
combat.
get the charge.
Yeah.
So I feel like 22 points a guy for that would be 4 attacks each on the charge.
Yep.
Pretty scary.
Because they do have Bolt Pistol Combat Weapon, so they get the 2 attacks for 2 weapons.
Yep.
And then their bikes have the Twin Link Bolter. So, lots of options. Lots of good options.
Now, the
and
thing
very
I like
cheap
the most
for a
about the
bike.
bikers is that when you're getting the, you're buying their special weapons, their Flamer Melta or Plasma Gun,
Mhm.
you can choose to replace their gun or the bike's gun.
Yep. So you can retain that close combat advantage by just replacing
Right.
the Twin Link Bolter with the special weapon.
Or if you want to have the, if you want to buy a Flamer, you can keep the Twin Link Bolter on the bike so you can still shoot people.
Yep. All
And
right.
then Chaos Spine still suck. There you got better, but they still suck. They're
Well,
still
at least
suck.
you can control them a little bit better.
Yeah, because Rage is no longer
You can control them better. Their movement isn't random.
No, wait, no. They have mutated beyond reason, though.
I thought that was only for close combat stuff.
I think that's still one where they have to go to the nearest unit, 44.
You know, I'm just terrified. Alright. At the beginning of each fight sub-phase, before rolling for random attacks, you roll on the mutation chart, which will give them armor, more attacks, or poisoned weapons. So you can actually completely control them.
Alright,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the spawn from the mutation from the Demon Codex, then, I guess. It was like 103, I think.
Alright.
Alright, so we still got a long way to go.
Yeah, we
Alright.
did.
Warp Talons.
Warp Talons
I
are
really like Warp
Fucking
Talons.
awesome.
I love them. They're so awesome. They're Assault Marines with a pair of Lightning Claws and they're demons. So they have the 5+ invul and
They have-
fear.
Warp Flame Strike.
Which is when they deep strike, all enemy units within 6 inches of them are treated as being hit by a blinded weapon. So they have to make the initiative test, and if they fail, they are Ballistic Skill 1 for next turn.
Yep.
Sick.
So you can really thread the needle, and then they won't get shot up
Yeah.
to death next turn.
And the marks are super expensive on these guys.
Oh yeah, because they're
Yeah.
a crazy awesome combat unit. But come on, 4+. You want a 4+ invulnerable save. You want initiative 5 for a pair of lightning claws.
You want more attacks.
You want tough 5.
You want rage.
Yeah.
It's all are really worth it.
Yep.
They're all
I
very good.
feel
options.
What's
like-
the Warp Flame Strike? Oh, that was the blind,
Deep Strike for
Cause
blinding.
the Deep Strike for blinding.
Yeah.
All right, the Helldrake.
The flyer of the army.
The Helldrake has surprisingly few options.
It's a demon.
It's a demon. It will not die, which is the rule where if the model is still on the table at the end of the turn, you roll a 5+, and if you get it, you regenerate a wound or hull point. And so this is really nice for the Helldrake because with the invul save from being a demon, it has a very good survivability, especially because it's also a flyer.
Yeah.
So, like, the few units that can actually hurt it on a reasonable chance will probably only, unless they get the penetrating roll to explode it, will probably only knock off a whole point, and they're like, oh, I'll just regen it.
Yeah.
Plus, it has a Demon Forge, which is once per game during your shooting phase. You can opt to reroll to wound and to armor penetrate for that turn.
Yep.
And then
Meteoric Strike Descent.
that's the
That lets it,
that is the
Vector
Vector
Strike.
Strike on strength 7. And then it has Demonic Possession, so it ignores shakes and stuns on 2+.
Okay.
And then its weapon options are for... it starts with the Hades Autocannon, which is the Strength 8 AP4 Heavy 4. Or it has the Bale Flamer, which is the Strength 6 AP3 Torrent Flamer.
gun. Oh.
Switches for which one it's free
Yeah,
to do.
I can see that you might take a Helldrake with the Bale Flamer, and it would sort of play like a Doom Scythe roll,
Yeah.
Yep.
where you would fly over something, punch it, and then burn up some Marines.
Like, basically looking at it, you can... If you go the Bale Flamer route, anti-infantry all the way. You got Vector Strikes, which are AP3, and then you got the Bale Flamer, which is also AP3.
Yeah.
Tons of just 2+ to wound AP3 on the ground units. I personally prefer the Hades Autocannon route just for the utility, because you still got the Vector Striking, but then
Mhm.
you can Hades Autocannon the vehicles and other flyers.
Yeah.
Because basically with Hades Autocannon, it makes it the best anti-flyer in the book because of
Right.
the Strength 8, and it also can choose to reroll the armor penetration for a turn.
It's really good.
Pretty
Yep.
solid.
And then you
All
got...
right, to heavy
That's
support.
170 base.
Yes, 170 base. Then we got Havocs.
Oh man, 13 points a model for Havocs.
Havocs are pretty much the same.
Yeah.
However, their missile launcher has the option to buy those anti-air flak missiles.
May also take frac missiles
That's
for
a 25
10
point
points.
missile launcher.
Yes. So if you wanted to make it pure
I think I'm
anti-air...
gonna just buy him autocannons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Autocannon's still better. I mean,
10 point autocannons on 13 point models.
150 points for 4 autocannons if you keep it base.
If
Yeah.
you buy 5 guys with 4 autocannons, that's just.
I think that's enough shots.
As
Yeah.
for, but if you want the anti-air route for 4 of them, you'd be 175 points,
Yeah.
which is even isn't better than the Helldrake at anti-air if you go the autocannon route. But still has the icons and marks.
Yep.
Havocs.
If you really
Havocs, I
want
think Havocs are going to be good.
Havocs
I
are
mean,
Havocs.
They can take a Rhino, you could run them, and they can still buy Melta plasma guns. So if you're feeling it, just throw them into a Rhino rush and send them up with the rest of your guys with the squad that has 4 plasma guns.
Yeah.
Next,
'Cause, I mean, that's 28 point plasma guns. That's a good deal.
Yeah. After that, you got
Obliterators.
Obliterators.
Yep, they're Obliterators. They basically are the same, except
They can take marks.
They can take marks, and they can't use the same gun more than one turn in a row.
Yeah.
That's it. They're the same Obliterators you know and love. 70 points.
Demon rule, so 5+.
5+ invul.
Not fearless though.
Nope.
Nope, but they got Power Fist.
They can buy Veterans of the Long War to be leadership 9.
They're only leadership 8. Wow.
Yeah.
That could be a problem for them.
Well, they're 3-man squads, so.
And,
I mean, still,
Defiler.
what, 2 up, 5 up?
Yep, 2 up, 5 up.
Everybody's favorite.
Probably
the
from a
Defiler.
distance. Defiler got more expensive, but also got these handy dandy special rules.
Like Demon
Like
Forge.
Demon
Forge.
And it will not die.
And it has 4 hull points, so it's even more likely to stay on the table to regenerate hull points.
Yeah.
But then it has same thing: battle cannon, heavy flamer, power fists, and then
By the Power Scourge.
yeah, it can buy the power scourge too, which is really cool. And then, but it has pretty much the same options to buy: last cannon, bolter, power fist, Reaper auto replaces the Reaper auto cannon for those stuff. Vehicle, and then it has the vehicle equipment options, so it can also get like a Dirge caster and stuff like that.
Yep. All right, now we get to the new shit. Forge Fiend.
Forge Fiend.
Oh
2
my God,
Hades
this guy is
autocannons.
So fucking shooty.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
It's
This
so
is where it's
shooty.
at.
I'm gonna die.
No, as far as I'm as far as I'm concerned, the Helldrake and the Forge Fiend are basically equal. Because Forge Fiend has 2 Hades autocannons, but then the Helldrake has 1 Hades autocannon and the Vector Strike, which is basically the same exact thing.
Except you can't do the same unit.
Yeah, you can't do it on the same unit, but in a sense, I kind of like that because it means you can do it on 2 separate units.
All right.
So you can have more utility and spread out the damage. Like, go after a ground unit with the Vector Strike, but then you can shoot a vehicle.
That's
You
fair.
don't have the focus.
All right. Well.
Or you can go with the Forge Fiend and just go Ectoplasma.
Yep.
Ectoplasma.
And get those Strength 8 plasma cannons, which you can buy a 3rd one of
For 25
for
points.
its face.
Yes.
Yep.
So it can shoot ectoplasma
I mean,
out
like,
of its
Forge
face.
Fiends can get really fucking shooty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can go 200 points, basically buys you a Dreadnought, Land Raider, Punisher. Not Punisher, Executioner.
Yeah.
Also has the demon and it will not die rule.
Yep. For that sick invul save.
All right.
And the Mauler Fiend, which is the Forge Fiend's
Close
less
combat
gunning
brother. But he's
Only-
cheaper.
Yep, only 125 points.
But he moves as a beast.
Yep. And also, if he assaults buildings, he gets +1 to penetration.
Yep.
Yep.
Demon Forge, Fleet. It will not die, move through cover.
Yeah.
Siege Caller.
He's just nice and cheap. 125 points for scary, fast, close combat tank.
Yeah.
But you have to choose to either have the power fists as or magma cutters. You have to choose either between the magma cutters or the lasher tendrils.
Right.
I bet. So you basically either want the Melta bomb that hits or the reducing attack rule. So that's up to you. Chaos Land Raiders, the same.
You can go into the vehicle equipment for some cool shit, but
It's pretty much the same vehicle.
the only big thing is transport capacity is 10 models.
So-
Space Marine's probably going to get nerfed down to that when their next book comes out.
Well, it depends.
Well,
Well, the
Well-
Land this was still 10 models last time too.
Yeah.
So
We'll see.
I think the only change was it went up to 230 from 220. I think it was.
Yeah. But the thing is
Yeah.
like with the Space Marine Land Raiders, I mean, what?
Almost
Almost all,
the Searchlight for free.
all of them are still the same across all Space Marine books, right? Blood Angels, Space
Yeah.
Wolves.
Yeah.
Except for Blood Angels. Blood Angels can deep strike theirs.
Yeah. That's just a bad idea. I don't know who came
It's
up
an
with
awesome idea.
No.
Thank you very much.
Riding on cars.
Flying Land Raiders, anybody?
Yep.
Come on.
If anybody would have came up with that thing, I would have assumed it would have been the Space Wolves.
Then you got Vindicator and the Predator.
The Vindicator, Chaos Vindicator can finally buy a Siege Shield.
Yes.
Yeah. Has
Besides
access
that,
to the equipment.
It's pretty much the same.
120 points.
You can
for-
make it have Soul Blaze.
Yeah.
Soul Blaze battle Demolisher Cannon.
More
Whoa.
Blaze.
More Blaze.
more blaze for your soul.
But then we got the Chaos Predator, which got way cheaper.
I like the Chaos
75
Pred.
points.
And then the upgrades are also cheaper as well.
You buy twin-linked heavy. You buy those heavy bolter sponsons, and you got 95-point DACA Pred.
Yep.
That is some cheap DACA.
Or if you want to go the AC LC route, it's only 40 points for the Lascan sponsons, so that's 115.
Well, you might want to switch the main turret out too.
No,
Yeah.
you don't need them. You don't need to switch out the main turret.
Well, if you switch out the main turret, it's a 140. If you don't, it's
115.
115.
But that's 115 for an auto cannon and 2 las cannons.
Yeah, no,
That's not
pretty
bad.
good.
I think the Chaos Predator is your number one budget choice.
Plus more Soul Blaze.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you really want more Soul
you can
Blaze.
take a DACA Pred
Never
and give it
ending
Soul
Soul
Blaze.
Yeah.
Never ending Soul Blaze.
I don't know why, but it's really funny, and that's the end of it.
Yep.
So, Kyle, you played a game with this codex already. How'd that go?
Yeah, I wrote up a 1999 Slaanesh army list. I went
Was it double force org, or was your points total 1999?
1999.
Okay, then.
Exactly. I went Chaos Lords, Chaos Sorcerer, both were Slaanesh and on steeds. Then I went 3 Noise Marine squads with a bunch of Sonic Blasters and a Blastmaster and the icons. Put 2 of them in Rhinos, and then I took 2 6-man bike squads with Slaanesh and icons and 2 Meltas. Then I also took a Helldrake and 2 5-man Havoc squads with 4 autocannons. But I ended up facing a mech'd out orc army, which had 6 truck boys, had Grotskull, had 3 Luda wagons, 3 Scorched tanks, and then it also had 3 Luda mobs. But so it was really impending. I would have lost, but then we rolled kill points. So I just killed all his trucks and then flew around and had my bikes kite him around so he couldn't kill my whole army before the game ended. But as far as the actual units worked out, Noise Marines were neat because just ignoring all the cover saves. He had a mech that gave him force fields, so I was like, no cover saves on your trucks and stuff, so I was still killing them with everything. Killed all the boys squads really easily because they weren't getting cover saves either because I was just ignoring all with all the sonic weaponry. Outflanking bikes is really amazing. I really like it. I had the Meltas show up and shoot down some looted wagons really quick, and then I also had the Chaos Lord outflank with the Burning Brand, so it was able to place that template on a looter squad that was in cover and just wipe them out too.
Ooh.
Yeah. I really like that. Burning Brand on an outflanking bike unit's really cool.
Nasty.
And then the Helldrake flew around, vector striked a bunch of trucks to death, and unfortunately, being only ballistic skill 3 made it its strength 8, made the Hades autocannon not great at killing vehicles. Like I had one of the turns I shot the back of a looted wagon, which is only AV10. I only got 1 hit out of the 4 shots, and then that only rolled a 1. So I failed to do anything to an open top looted wagon on the back armor. Like, oh. So, not stellar. I really like the Helldrake. I think is going to be good, but it's not great at anything unless you go the Bale route, and then it'll be great at killing infantry. Outflanking bikes is a really good tactic. I think Noise Marines are definitely really good. And then Havocs are just cheap. So I think the Slaanesh list is a good way to go, maybe to a little differently, to be more versatile, especially against something that's more mobbish like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like the way the list turned out. So, yeah. Victory for Chaos for the first game
Cool.
of 6th edition.
That's always good to hear.
Yep.
Nice. So we'll see. I mean, as more people play test with all the different options, because there's a lot of options. Eventually,
A lot of options.
yeah.
Ooh, Tau rumors.
Okay, so I just jumped onto Bell Lost Souls, and I guess there's some new Tau rumors out, and the railgun rumors are that they have a Jaws of the World Wolf style effect, except they keep going till the table edge or until your max range.
Oof.
But there's a maximum number of hull points they can take off.
Oh, okay. So it's like the beam is decreasing
Yeah.
as it's
So a vehicle
shit.
can
So if
block.
it hits a vehicle or structure with hull points, its strength drops. And once it hits 3 vehicles or the table edge, or fails to make a penetrating hit, it stops.
What if it shoots through people?
It keeps
Those
going.
people just screwed.
People don't stop
It's
it.
a railgun.
But it's still strength 10 AP1 though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's
it
gonna be a railgun.
still has a pretty decent chance.
And I guess there's the Remora drone fighters look like they're coming in with Gatling guns and a railgun, or maybe a copperhead.
You want to know the funny thing I'm thinking about for the railgun thing, though? Do it in an APOC game. Do it from across the entire table. Like, you just get on a building, and then you just shoot it down the
72.
entire table length.
It stops at 72.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's cheating. It doesn't. That's not what it says. It says table edge.
It stops at table edge or max range.
Shouldn't have a max range. Should be a railgun.
Agreed. Oh, and no demiurge.
Okay.
And Kroot. 1 to 2 new units of Kroot. Yeah. So overall, what do you guys think of the Chaos book?
I think it's okay.
I think it's good.
I really like it.
I don't think it's overpowered because Kelly wrote it.
I think
It's
there's
balanced.
nothing in there. There's a couple cheap things, but they don't scream super broken.
There's just a lot of really cool
So
tricks you can
there's
pull
a lot
off.
of things that are a little bit cheaper than they say 5th edition, but I think we'll see that trend in 6th.
Uh-huh.
And there's a lot of customization, a lot of options. So I'm really looking forward to it. See how it plays on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Get some more chaos on the table for me to kill.
Oh, yeah. But as to the first Codex of 6th edition, what do you think?
If the rest of the codexes stay like this one, I think I'm going to be pretty happy with 6th edition.
Same here, man.
You know, because I guess it looks like they appropriately costed the flyer. And Havocs are cheap, but their special weapons are expensive to get the really mean ones. So I think it's overall pretty fair.
I think so too. As long as Matt Ward doesn't write any codexes, I think we'll be okay.
But he's going to.
Yeah, I know.
Rumor is he's writing the new Demon Codex.
Fuck.
Well, that's...
Have fun with that new fluff.
Yeah. It's going to be
Yeah.
like, demons are best friends that had a tea party once, and now they're cool.
I just can't wait for the part of the demon fluff where Drago walks into a meeting of the 4 gods and kills 2 of them.
That'd be so awful. Why Matt Ward? No, you're going to get another Matt Ward alliance where it's going to be demons with Eldar. Something dumb. As opposed, like with the Blood Angel Necrons thing. It's going to be like Eldar were fighting Necrons. Then demons showed up and they buddied up to kill the Necrons.
Wow, that makes so little sense.
And then when they killed the Necrons, they turned around and left.
The end.
Thank you, Matt Ward.
Alright, well,
So, next on the agenda,
we didn't make an agenda because we planned ahead. So,
league games.
league games. I had an awesome league game.
I had an awesome
By
league
awesome,
game.
I mean I played Kelly. And playing Kelly is always it's always a lot of fun. But the way our games sort of go is like this. Someone gets tabled. Convincingly.
The end.
The end. So this time I went first and I got the Night Fight Warlord trait, playing Dark Eldar, who basically ignore Night Fight. And then on my first turn I destroyed his artillery piece and his Land Raider and his Land Speeder and his anti-air gun. And the game just went really downhill from there for him. You know, the Dark Eldar list I got is like super mech, super tanky, just blah. And I killed all of his ways to deal with it turn 1, so it just kind of ended.
Yeah. My game was against Zach and his Tyranid army. The mission we were doing was scoring, so that's the one where it's fast attack and the varying point worth objectives. Going in, I was really worried about placing against him because demons have a bad history against Tyranids. Just either, getting mobbed out by all the Gaunts or not being able to kill the giant monstrous creatures and all their special rules. But, so we started, and he had a bunch of Gaunts, Swarmlord, all that jazz, something I was terrified about. But in the end, it worked out because I dropped down turn 1, killed his Zoanthropes. So my 3 Soul Grinders didn't have anything to worry about. And in fact, he charged the Soul Grinder with his Swarmlord, which is the big thing that would ruin my army. But because he was AB13, the Swarmlord had to smash attack to hit it, to even damage it. so I was only getting 2 attacks a turn, and then I still had 5+ interval from being a demon.
Shit.
So it took 3 turns, 6 rounds of combat for the Swarm Lord to kill the Walker and dislodge from combat. And because the Swarm Lord got stuck there for the entire game, the rest of my army killed everything.
Wow.
Seekers charged in 28 gaunts with 50 attacks and 6 Hammer at Wraths.
How'd the Doom do?
Doom did nothing until the very last turn. Until turn 5, he had only dealt 1 wound. He had dealt 3, but I saved 2 of them. And then on turn 5, I rolled 16 leadership on my Seekers, which killed 5 of them. And then he also killed the 2 more Plague Bearers. So he shot up all the way to 10 in 1 turn. But it was turn 5 by that point, and I charged him with Blood Crusher, so he was stuck in combat. So he couldn't do anything. But everything got wiped out. Guns got wiped out by Seekers. The Turbogon got wiped out by Soul Grinders. Most of his guns got wiped out by Soul Grinders' guns as well. The Yimgrals got wiped out by Screamers. Just in the end, everything died except for his Swarm Lord and Hive Tyrant, which were the only things standing, but they kept getting stuck in combat with Soul Grinders.
How'd your game go, Justin?
I drew my game, actually, with 2 models left on the board.
Nice.
Whoa.
So, apparently I made the mistake by killing all his scoring units. And
What?
he killed...
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You didn't make that mistake. You just didn't realize you'd done it.
Yeah. I was like, so what scoring units do you have? It's like... Because it was the one where the fast attacks were.
Yeah.
And his Pathfinders were like... fast attacked, and they were in the building like up on the top
Playing
floor.
against Tau?
Yeah, I was playing
Alright.
against Tau. So I killed all the Fire Warriors, and then we didn't realize that his Pathfinders were a fast attack, so they were a scoring unit too, and they were nowhere near an objective. So the only thing he had to do was try to table me in order to win. Didn't happen. I had 2 Necron Warriors left on the board.
Wow.
But yeah, railguns, my Maulus didn't really like the railguns. Anything that's twin-linked, my Flyers did not like that at all. So, yeah. I'm pretty happy with how it went.
What, he blew up 2 Flyers and 3 Monoliths?
No, he blew up 3 Flyers
Oh my God.
and 3 Monoliths.
And your Wraith squad with 2 with 2 Lords in it?
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Because he had the dropping crisis suits or whatever. Deep striking crisis suits with like plasma, everything, missiles, everything. So it was just... He pretty much alpha striked my Wraith squad. So I was able to kill all the Fire Warriors with my Wraith squad and my Lords. But as soon as his guys started dropping in, it was pretty much just like, strike. Here, take this many saves. And it was just like... And then he was actually able to use the precision strike rule where...
Tower really good at it.
Whereas like his leader was all like, well, look, precision strike. I'm going to have your Lord take these AP2 shots.
Well, you can still look outside those.
Yeah. I tried. Didn't work.
Ouch.
Because I was just taking too many... He was able to clear the wraiths that were near my Lord, so there wasn't anybody close enough to take
I don't think there's a range anymore.
It's just
the closest
the
model
unit.
in the unit.
Oh, okay. Well, something to know.
Lessons learned.
It's okay.
All right, so what's coming up in San Diego this next week?
So, San Diego this week, as of tomorrow, which is going to be the 6th of October, Game Empire is going to be holding their another 40K tournament. This one's actually going to be run by Bob.
How many points?
1850.
1850.
Yes.
Ooh.
When's this? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Ooh, so new Chaos Codex could be played in there?
Possibly, if somebody really wants to try it out. I know
Isn't it supposed to be on sale today?
Yeah.
Supposedly it's supposed to come out today, but I was hearing that it was going to come out tomorrow. So if it does come out today, people can run it. If it comes out tomorrow, people can run it, because I know that the leak stuff is there, and Bob's pretty cool about letting you run new stuff.
The only thing I remember about the date is that the pre-orders from the website are shipped today.
Yeah, so we should be getting shipments today, technically. So I might stop by Game Empire later today when I got time. But first things first, I got to take care of errands. Next, over at Ease Games for this month, tomorrow for them, they're going to be holding... Actually, this month, they're going to be holding 2 Warhammer Fantasy tournaments, both 2,400 points. One is tomorrow on the 6th, and one is on the 20th. And then over at Paradise Games, on the 20th, they're holding a 40K team tournament. So, again, 1,250 points per player, so 2,500 points per side. Anything goes, pretty much, based on 4-Sorg main rulebook. So you could potentially have 8 armies on the board.
Oh, wow.
Because of primary detachment and then allies.
Yeah. That's impressive.
Try to keep track of that.
Especially if you have that many armies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, each player is only required to bring 2. So 2 per person with 4 people playing on the same board.
Yeah.
It's going to start at 10 a.m. Well, sign-up start at 10. Event will be starting at 11. I'm pretty sure that's probably going to go until the Wii night, just because with 2,500 points per side for a tournament like that, 3 rounds normal, with 4 people playing, trying to keep track of stuff, I'm pretty sure it's going to take a long time.
Especially with the 6th edition release slowing the game down when it comes to dice rolls and such.
Yeah, when it comes to dice rolls and things like that. I mean, eventually I'm thinking it's going to get faster once people kind of just pick up and just kind of memorize everything. Because even for me, like, I memorized a lot of the rules, but I'm still referencing a lot of stuff from the rulebook.
Yeah, I think
Same here.
having like quick reference charts, like these are the warlord traits, these are mysterious objectives, this is mysterious terrain. Just having that all on a piece of paper so people don't have to flip through the book will save a lot of time.
Yeah, so creating your own. Keep that in mind, guys. If you can create your own reference sheets for whatever your game, your meta game, and like however you need to do it, create it, because it'll help you save a lot of time from running back to the book and just trying to figure out page numbers. So things like that. And then, I mean, you only really need to reference the book for like rules disputes or anything like that. But anything you can reference, there's just like quick fix. I mean, just do it.
All right. Well, that looks like that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed our overview of the internet acquired Chaos Codex.
Yep.
Looks
awesome.
So it should be coming out this week. Check it out. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe get the Chaos players to stop complaining like they have been for the last 3 years.
Oh, no, people are still complaining.
Oh, well, they suck.
Well, you can't make them happy. They're Chaos
my
players.
obliterators has been...
Stop bitching. You got a new codex. Deal with it.
You got new pretty things.
Yeah. Tau still have to wait for theirs. Eldar still have to wait for theirs. Squats are probably never gonna get a new codex.
I don't know, man. Yeah, the rumored Codex allies.
That'd be really cool.
Squats.
That'd be funny as shit, actually.
That would be amazing.
That'd be really cool.
All right, well, this was San Diego 40K signing off. I'm George.
Kyle.
I'm Justin.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Glory to Chaos.
Goodbye.